When I was in college, I went to a particular location to study, and on my way there, I noticed a group of approximately 4 guys bickering. They were probably fighting over football. I ignored them and continued to study for about an hour and a half. I truly loved my studies since I can learn new stuff that I didn't know before. However, on my way back, I ran across the same people I had left them with. They were still arguing about politics and soccer. Then it came to me that although some individuals spend money to create progress, others waste money on trivial or insignificant things. Here's the deal. Buffett is a fascinating and endearing elderly man. He's spent a considerable amount of years giving great advice to young people and anyone who is willing to listen. I believe one of the most valuable pieces of advice Buffett ever provided was, keep control of your time, and you can't until you say no. It's sad but true. Most of us own our lives, but we don't have control over them. Other individuals enter our lives with their agendas and persuade us to give up our own time for theirs. Sometimes our inability to say no causes us to sit and happily squander time. Time and life. I consider myself extremely fortunate in life, and the reason is that I found a very close connection between time and life early in life. When I was 12, I was fascinated with TV, soccer, and other such activities. However, when I was around 14, I read a book that made me despise TV and most of the things that go with it. So I stopped watching TV, tried as hard as I could to never spend time with other people's lives, and say no to as many things as possible. The point is, time is life, and life is time. They are inextricably linked. If you love life, don't squander time, since time is what life is made of, Bruce Lee stated. Remember my first narrative in this video about going to learn as other guys my age were arguing about other people's lives. This occurs every minute of every day. At the same time that some individuals squander doing trivial things, others utilize it to study or perform important things. You can't keep control of your time until you say no. In the 10,000 Hours Rule in his book Outliers, Malcolm Gladwell presents his research on successful individuals and how long it took them to attain tremendous achievement. He subsequently arrived at the conclusion that becoming outstanding at anything requires an average of 10,000 focused attempts. It's understandable that some individuals disagree with Gladwell's 10,000 hours theory. It might be less than 10,000 hours. It might be 7,000 or even 5,000 hours. What we can all agree on is that it takes a long time to do anything meaningful. The problem is that if you squander time on trivial or insignificant activities, you won't have 10,000 hours to invest in your musical, athletic, or business goals. Mr. Robert discussed the stories from his book Mastery of outstanding individuals throughout history and how they got to be so wonderful in this book. None of these persons attained significant achievement by a half-hearted effort. Instead, individuals who have achieved substantial success in life say no to practically everything and focus their entire lives on a few things that are important to them. Your life is defined by the passage of time. You must learn how to transfer the time you have available to whatever other goals you have in life. You need to learn to say no. No to most TV shows. No to pointless arguments. No to spending too much time on social media. No to tiny discourse and small ambitions. No, no, no. You can't keep control of your time until you say no. The search for pleasure. Over the years, I've heard people say, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Now that Jack wants to play, an average American now spends 11 hours per day consuming various media, and an average salesperson only has 90 minutes of productive activities per working day, according to a study I read from Brian Tracy. You consider that. We now play all day since all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, squandering 11 hours and investing just 3. The reason for this is that we are looking for pleasure. And the reason jacks require 11 hours to consume media is that Jack does not have fascinating jobs. If you don't want to be like those jacks who squander half a day on little matters, try to focus on what matters to you. People that are passionate about their jobs do not require 11 hours of media intake. They have great work, so they don't require much more amusement. I read Michael Jackson's story many years ago where Jackson worked for 8 hours every day. That was the source of the enchantment, the magnificent dance, and the beautiful music. It wasn't simply a natural skill. Talent alone will not be enough. It was deliberate, determined practice day after day, and it takes a long time to achieve that. Look around you now and notice the wonderful designs. Today is incredible innovations, excellent goods, great music, life-changing books, and inventive enterprises. They are all the result of countless hours of trial and error. If you want to accomplish greatness in life, you must focus your efforts on what is important and say no to practically everything else. You can't keep control of your time until you say no. Not everyone is fortunate in life, but most of us are. Money, talent, and time are the three blessings of life, and if you have any one of them, you should not be poor. If you have money, you can waste it and become impoverished. But if you are wise, it shouldn't happen. If you have talents, you can live a poor and unsuccessful life. However, if you are intelligent, you should be able to leverage your skill to generate riches and success. I don't have money, most young people remark these days. That might be correct. I don't have skill, some individuals may claim. That may also work. But do you have enough time? You most likely do. Because you can spend your time, time is as precious as money and talent combined. You can learn new valuable talents. You can hone your talents. You can follow your dream. You may fail and try again and again. You may devote your time to whatever you desire in life. However, you must learn to say no to numerous time-wasting activities. Take great care of your morning. Most people squander time, which isn't always a negative thing. What makes matters worse is that we squander even our mornings. The hours of the day, you see, are not the same. 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. are not the same. What you do in 2 hours in the morning may take you 5 hours in the evening, since your brain and body are at their peak when you get up in the morning. Even if you wish to spend time, could you please squander the evening? Could you please watch a movie in the evening if you want to? Could you please spend 5 hours on social media in the evening if you want to? Your life will be better if you take care of your morning. This is not meant to encourage you to waste your entire evening. Instead, if you want to occupy yourself and squander some time, I believe it should never be in the morning or afternoon. Finally, never forget that we don't have a life. Nobody has 70 years. All we have is time, which is both limited and irreversible. We don't have many minutes in a day, and each second that is squandered is lost forever. If we actually care about our lives, we will be concerned with the seconds and minutes. You can't keep control of your time until you say no. Say no to trivialities. Say no to spending too much time on social media. Say no to slander. Say no to the pointless debate. Say no to spending too much time watching television. Maintain your concentration on what is important, and you will be successful. That's it for now, guys. We hope you enjoyed watching this video in which we provide people with the greatest and the most valuable advice that help them improve both personally and professionally. If you like this video, be sure to click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future uploads. Stay safe and ciao.